Today I wanted to show you my simple sled I made for intensive grazing. It helps moving the water and the fly sock a lot easier. And if you wanted, you could also add your mineral feeder to this same assembly. From around the farm, I have gathered some steel well casing that was left behind years ago. It was actually still in good shape though. And I welded it all together to make this sled. As you can see, I've got the water trough towards the front, and towards the front also I've got a log chain hooked up so I can just attach this to my ATV and slide it. And you can see the fly sock, and then you also notice this elbow up here in the corner. What this feature does is I'm able to add my fly solution into this top opening here, which fills up that whole top pipe all the way across. And then over here, you're going to notice a little valve. This little valve has a hose running off of it down into the sock. And with that valve, I'm able to set it to just a drip, so it keeps the sock fairly moist with the fly solution. So what I did is I've taken the hose here recently and I tied it to the steel sled up and around and down into the trough. Now the reason I did that is it keeps the cattle from stepping on it when they walk underneath the sock there to get any fly solution on them they can. Now let me take you in a little closer and get a better look. As you can see, it's just like a sled. It's got two rails to ride on, and then it's got these uprights, so if I come to any inclines, the pipes don't dig in. I noticed the cattle rub on those a lot too. But either way, I've got my water trough here, which at the moment I don't have it on, and I usually run a winch strap from these uprights here up and around the water trough and over to the other one, and that keeps the water trough from sliding. Now when I do move this to the next paddock, or whenever I move it, I always drain out about 3/4 of the water, and I leave roughly 20-25% in it, and that keeps the sled from tipping over or wanting to tip over when I move it. Any more than that though, my little four-wheeler there wouldn't move it if I didn't dump out that much. We use just a simple water float to control the water. And then, like I said, here's the sock set up. So this would be the pipe that you would fill up right here. Right here you would dump in your fly solution, and that fills up this whole, you want to fill up this whole pipe up here. And then you're able to control it with this valve. You just set it to a slow drip, and it just runs right down in and right into the sock. So it runs from there right down in, right into the sock. So really, I've noticed most of the moisture to stay up to this side. I need to come up with a way to get it to go more evenly across the sock. But you know, I'm a one-man band, so I'm taking it a step at a time. Here's another little feature I made on my water sled. I took pipe just slightly bigger than the uprights that slid over top of it, and I cut it into a section about 1 foot long, and I did this on both sides. I welded in a nut so you can just screw a bolt in and it tightens down against the leg or the upright, and I'm able to adjust the height of the sock just by sliding this piece of pipe up and down, and it's that way on both sides here. And another thing that you'll notice here is I made it so the sock's able to come off in the winter time just by taking this fitting loose. I can take the sock off and store it in the shed for the winter.